Hey, park rangers. So this is Steve, your Hoosier Hiker, with a little public service announcement here for the Honey Creek Loop. This is a great trail. There's so much to see, and you're climbing down in the rocks, and it's a blast. It is extremely rugged. If you do decide to do this trail, please make sure you have the proper gear, proper experience. I would recommend, if you're not a very experienced hiker with the right gear, satellite communicator, thing like that, I would not recommend solo hiking this. It'd definitely be smarter to bring somebody. There are about 1 million places out there for you to break an ankle, slip and fall, break a wrist, dislocate a shoulder, get a concussion. There are a lot of places that you get wedged in some of the rocks. It's just it has the potential to have a certain amount of hazard to it. So if this is a trail that you see and you're like, man, this is absolutely awesome, I've got to do it, I agree. That's why I'm here. Please take precautions. Wear the right shoes. I wore my Zero shoes. These things sucked. They were terrible. There's not enough traction on them. It was like walking around on roller skates. Wear a good hiking shoe or hiking boot with a very aggressive tread, trekking poles. Use your GPS. The trail is actually surprisingly well maintained, especially with the government shutdown. But some of the markings are a little confusing or non-existent, so it's very easy to get off trail and you're out here in the wilderness. So definitely, get your Onyx backcountry, your all trails, so you have some GPS and have an idea on how to keep on the course, and give yourself plenty of time. It was, I had, what is it, a little over 4 hours for me to do the trip. And if this was a normal trail that I'm used to doing, around home or even in Michigan, you're talking 2 hours, hour and a half maybe. But it took a lot longer just because it is absolutely so rugged. You're climbing through stuff, you're climbing over stuff, you're slipping and sliding. So just public service announcement: be careful when you go out on these extremely rugged trails. Have the right equipment, have the right experience, and unless you're you have a brain damage like I do, bring a friend. This is something that, hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done this by myself. But I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. But I will see you out on the trail. All right, good morning. We are back on the trail at Bog South Fork. Right now we're just starting the Honey Creek Loop. Everybody who's anybody told me I absolutely have to do this. This trail, it's supposed to be a heck of a lot of fun. Very rugged, but great views. And then once again, we're on the Sheltowee Trace. So this is like 4.3 miles. Normally that would take me in an hour and a half or so. The Zolio checking in with Tammy. Normally this would take me an hour and a half or so to do a little over 4 miles. I've heard this is going to take significantly longer than planned because of the terrain, and I guess there's a lot of stuff to see. So we're hoping it does take me more than about 3 hours with stops and photo opportunities and everything that goes along with it. It doesn't look like from the map like there's a tremendous amount of elevation change in quantity. The quantity of elevation change, but a lot of quantity in ups, down, up, down, up, down. So should get a good leg workout. So we'll see how it goes. Right now we're just walking through the woods. So we'll We'll get the camera out when we see cool stuff, which everybody says there's a lot of cool stuff to see. So just within the last, we're about 3/4 of a mile in. We have just about a mile to the overlook. This terrain is really treacherous. You have to really be careful where you step. You need to be very slow and deliberate, because there's nothing but roots and rocks. There's nothing flat, and everything this time of year especially, everything is covered in this very slippery layer of fallen leaves because it's fall. So this, so far, just in the first 3/4 of a mile, it has, it's very obvious this is a broken ankle waiting to happen. So if you do come down here and do this trail, do be careful. Wear the proper footwear. It never ceases to amaze me, people I'll see on the trail in a pair of Nikes. Wear the proper footwear. Trekking poles, they'll save your butt, but this is definitely, you have to be delicate when you're walking around, because you will slip and slide, and there's some places there's nothing to grab a hold of. You're kind of walking along the side of a hill, and if you did fall, you could slide downhill. Now it's not far, it's 20-30 feet and very gradual, but like I said, this could easily be a broken ankle, and for search and rescue to have to carry you out of these ravines, that would definitely be a challenge, and we don't want to do that. So if you do come down here to do this trail, do be careful. It's almost like walking through a Central American rainforest jungle, and it is thick and heavy and twisty. I can definitely see why the Cherokee settled this area like they did. If you're on a hunting, oh look, salamander. If you're, as I was saying before, the salamander caught my attention. If you're on a hunting party and you need a place to weather a storm, there are so many caves and outcroppings and shelters, like up there, that you could start a fire, hunker down, and weather a storm. It really makes sense why the Native Americans, who undoubtedly, undeniably understood this land infinitely better than we ever will, really like this area. I love this place. If you listen, it makes you want to have to pee. Good thing I already peed at the trailhead. All right, now we got to go through some pretty intense rock areas. I've heard about this. You've got to climb through some rock passages. Got to figure out how to get down here without breaking my neck. Okay. I have no idea. All right, I'm going to pause the video and figure out where I'm at. All right, I think I found the passage. So let's hope there's no predators of any sort that like to eat hikers. This might be a nice place for a ladder. All right. All right. Yeah. That felt about how it sounded. Okay. So that's one way to get up. You might be able to, it looks like I could have gone through the water, but that was more interesting. There's another passage up there. You could do the slide for life. Huh. All right. I don't think Tammy would like this. All right, so I just ran into 3 hikers coming the other way. They actually asked me if I had a YouTube channel, and I said yeah. They said they're gonna check me out. So if you're watching this, shout out to you. It was great meeting you out on the trail. Had one of the hikers was experienced. The other 2, it was their first time backpacking, and they're doing this trail. So yeah, nothing like jumping into the deep end of the pool. But they also told me that the creek end, which is ahead of us, is actually harder than this part. So that'll be interesting. Said that they got lost a couple of times on the creek because the markers aren't as clear in other areas. But whew. So that was all rock scrambling. The first, almost 2 miles was just nothing but rock scrambling and climbing up through all those rock faces and all those boulders. And so far I've only fallen 3 times. Nothing serious, but with these slippery leaves on this really highly polished stone, it's kind of fun. But oh yeah, you can, hopefully I can get a better view of Honey Creek. Way up top there is the Honey Creek overlook. I wasn't going to climb up there because it's actually going in the other direction that I'm going, but there is another trailhead up there, so when I get back to the truck I may circle up there and pop out on the overlook and take some photos, because this actually kind of reminds me of the adventure trail in O'Bannon Woods, where you're overlooking the river. But it's absolutely gorgeous. More little rock outcroppings, little caves, they're everywhere. If something happened out here and you got stuck after dark, as long as you had, you know, an emergency bivvy or some sort of blanket or something, I imagine you could get under there and wait it out for the night. I don't imagine it would be terribly difficult. But all right, back to the trail. And here's Honey Creek. It's different in Tennessee. I'm not exactly sure this would be a creek at home. This would be a river, but it's Honey Creek. Got some rapids down there. I bet you there's trout. Okay, so apparently I had the map upside down. That's what I'm gonna claim that anyway. That was actually the Big South Fork of the Cumberland River. This is Honey Creek. So much more creekish, crystal clear water. I brought enough water I don't have to filter, but it'd be a perfect place to get that ice cold filtered water. But so this is Honey Creek. It feeds into the Big South Fork of the Cumberland. So I need to learn how to read a map better. All right, we are over half done, but moving slow. Been an hour and 40 minutes. So yeah, it's gonna be 2.5, 3 hours to get done. But this is where those hikers said that it got pretty tough down through the creek here, and I can see, because it's just all of these sandstone boulders that for, you know, thousands of years have been getting forced down the creek, as well as tree falls and all kinds of debris. I imagine during really rainy seasons, this is a really brutal creek. So I'm gonna take a break here for a second, drink some water, and then circle back up the side of the mountain. All right, so more crevasse crawling. Man, am I glad I lost that weight. So this is maybe 18 inches wide, and at about 35 or 40 degree angle. All right. So, oh man. All right, whoever told me that this is a trail I had to do, thank you. You were dead on. There's no way that I could have passed up on this. You have the little hiker markers, but you also have these orange arrows, and some of them are really faded, but they also help. So you're looking for the hiker trail markers and these orange arrows. And sometimes that's how you know when you got to climb through the rocks, because the orange arrows are pointing you. Whew. Oh, look, it's almost flat. Spot to catch your breath for a moment. Okay, so as I'm thinking about the equipment that I should have brought that I didn't, I should have brought a spelunker helmet, because I'm climbing through an awful lot of these little caves. All right, let's hope this 250-ton rock here doesn't shift on me. and squash me like a cockroach. Okay. I wonder what could be living in here. Go on, bear. Go on, get. So I found with situations like that, it's best not to think about it. Like, could there be something in there that could eat me? Maybe. You just don't think about it. You just go. Rip the Band-Aid off. Whew. All right, so now we gotta hike up this creek with slimy algae covered rocks and 40-degree water. I just dropped my water bottle and had to scurry back down a short little waterfall to get it. Holy cow. Now we gotta truck up the creek bed. I definitely think I'm going to feel this one in the morning. Okay, I wanted a challenge. I got one. Okay, that rim does not look very thick. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of stone holding up this huge cave. I mean, it looks to be only a couple of feet thick of sandstone. And this has got to go back 60 feet, 70 feet, more. And you got trees and everything growing up on top. I don't imagine when you're thinking about the lifespan of this this formation, this has got a lot of life left in it. I imagine one of these days, could be 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, this whole thing is going to just drop down. Reminds me of Utah, out at Arches. Hello? Hello? You could build a house in there. That was almost a fall. The challenge here is this sandstone has had water running over it for thousands of years, so it's like glass. And then you add in a little bit of algae and these leaves, and you might as well be walking on ball bearings. This entire trail has been like this. It's just been It's like you're hiking in roller skates. Well, we've only got about a mile left and we're done. All right, I have definitely become an amateur spelunker on this trip. Well, we're not going down that way. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I saw a video where somebody actually climbed through that lower area. He was also significantly thinner than I am. And you come out, if you go down that little white arrow, you come out here. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going that little way. That's how you end up stuck in a cave. All right, so you know stuff just got serious when the National Park Service puts up ropes. It's easier coming down. Okay, we're back at the trailhead. Somebody was lying because my Garmin says 6 miles. All Trail says like 4.4. It's definitely not 4.4. I don't know if it's 6. I also got turned around a couple of times and did a little back and forth. But great trail, amazing views, extremely challenging. Definitely not for brand new hikers or hikers that are out of shape or hikers that don't have the proper gear, like the 3 people I just saw wearing the clothes like they're going to Planet Fitness. And when I stopped and suggested that maybe they think about it, they kind of, well, we know what we're doing. Okay, you do you. But with the government shutdown, search and rescue takes a while. So yeah, it's they walked by me in a no pack with water, wearing tennis shoes, not trail runners, but like tennis shoes, shorts. You know, the girls are wearing their Lululemons. You know, didn't see any satellite communicator. They didn't have any packs, so they didn't have anything that would first aid kit. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but whew. So that was my trek of the Honey Creek Loop. A lot of fun, definitely hard. All right, well, see you next time on the trail.